The World Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
What's our name?
Well, men on the
Are you ready?
Well,
Here we go. Bam, bang, boom. Here we go.
Welcome to the New Gen on a Mission podcast on the Backbone Wrestling Network. I'm Tim Slomka.
I'm JP.
Thanks for joining us again. As always, we're on the journey to live the new generation era, to find the best and some of the worst of a wrestling time period often forgotten. From Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 92 to Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 97, look beyond the pay-per-views and examine the weekly TV, see what worked, what could have worked, and what failed. JP, how is life?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
It's good to hear. I'm doing good. Summer is in the middle of going on. Super hot. Today we got Florida Day here. But it's it's been good.
No, yeah, it's. I wouldn't say that's good, but yeah, the weather's ridiculous.
Boy, too hot.
Well, like my car said 114 the other day, so I don't know what that equated to. Like I didn't check the phone. It had to be like 98, 99 out, and it's just like when you have to mow 3 lawns a week. Oh my god! Like, I mow my grass. I mow my wife's grandfather's grass, and then I mow my father-in-law's ditch. And it's to the point where it's every single week. So it's just like Jesus.
Yeah. We don't have that issue, but the heat, we got the 100 days coming up this week. So it's
that's the crazy thing about Chicago. You still get those. It's
yeah,
probably
but
not as humid,
right? It's really humid. These are rough days, but it's just like 1 or 2 spatted 3 or 4 times a year. You know, it's like you kind of deal with it for a day or two. One earlier this year we had for like 6 or 7 days where that was like rough, but this one is just like last night I went for took the dog out. Like it was nice out at nights, and like tonight it's gonna be rough. Like, but then tomorrow will storm during the day, and it'll be kind of like, you could go out at night without like killing yourself, right? But like right now, you're like, man, you go outside for a run, you're coming back in a coma. Like,
well, any British people, if they listen to this, they probably think we live in actual hell. Because like, wasn't it like 78 or something over there, and they had that was a heat wave to them, so.
They don't have air conditioners, which is just
that's
crazy.
Fair, yeah.
No, I slept at my parents' place on Saturday night, and they had the air conditioning set to 79.
Oh, it's like Seinfeld. Like when
I was dying. I walked in, I was out drinking. I walked in, I can't sleep in here, and I just turned it down. I was just like, I can't sleep. It's literally hotter inside by 10 degrees than it was outside.
Did your dad come out and have to man of the house your ass and say,
yeah, pretty much.
You're not the man of this house.
Yeah.
Buddy.
They were like, oh, last time Grace slept, my daughter slept over there. She said she was so hot and sweating a lot. Yeah, because there was a little furnace in here.
Right. That's what we set our temperature to when we're not home. Like it stays 79 when we're not here, then we change it when we get here. So yeah.
I told him I set it to 68, 10 degrees. And I told my wife, we're setting a savings account aside so that if we ever become those people,
right,
we blame the money, we have this savings account that says
no, that's a good that's a quality of life thing for me.
Yeah,
I can tell my wife, I don't care how much the bill is, I'm not living in hell.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to move forward as individuals, and that's one of the perks.
Right.
As a society. All right, so we talk some 1995 wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not a society. Maybe not a society moving forward.
Right.
We're good. Yeah, so we're good on Raw. We're gonna go through 2 this week. So we're really building up the final King of the Ring. Mm-hmm. We are at the Raw from 529. So we're gonna do first. They start off talking about Double J and Taker. Kind of double promo, so good setting it up, and then they kind of don't go into it, which I like. The start of it is like not right away to Double J and Taker. Sometimes they've done that before, where it's like, all right, you have this big lead in, and then it's like the match is right there, and it's like the last half of the show stinks. This one's kind of like, all right, we're gonna have a big match, but you're gonna watch some stuff first. So I like the setup.
Yeah, they got me with that actually. Like I
thought so too. That was my notes. It said Double J Taker, and then I was like, wait, that was just a promo.
Right.
So it was well done by them. So we start with Sid coming out. I like this too, right? You got the guy getting ready to has been really built up as a champion contender. So they have him starting out coming up first. So I like this. He's dominant, of course. And they really start here talking about the Diesel was injured. So this is the first hint of Diesel being injured. That basically, I don't know what he ends up doing with his elbow. because they don't really make an announcement; they just keep talking about it. But basically, that Diesel might be on the shelf for a while, and he's going to Dr. Andrews, who is the Tommy John surgery guy, and really putting it up that that Diesel might be gone for a while. Basically, showing some highlights. I don't know if that's when he actually heard it because he has an elbow pad on, during those highlights. But kind of a big deal here that our brand new superstar, a brand new guy we're going to strip the rocket to could be out. So
and it makes you wonder why they didn't make a switch if that was the case.
Oh yeah, especially because he's been bad.
Right, and so like this was their out. They could have used it to. They could still go back to him. I mean, they went back to Bret a few times, Yoko, whatever. So. I don't know. It was kind of weird that happened, but I don't remember this. Like, as a kid, I didn't remember him being hurt like that. So like I don't remember the Dr. James Andrews thing or any of that.
No, all this is new to me for sure. But still looks strong again in a minute.
Right.
To start off.
Yep. Then we get like Jarrett telling the roadie that he's not scared backstage. So like you said, they kind of created like a through line throughout the show of this match, which is pretty cool. Like, when they do stuff like that, they're, it's a Jeff Jarrett versus Undertaker match. It's not like the biggest marquee match, but they're putting some emphasis on it and kind of being a little bit more creative on how they present it. So plus Rhodey and Jarrett, like they're good together right now as far as like playing off each other. And, Jarrett kind of just trying to be the more confident guy and Rhodey kind of being scared as well. So
in the background,
yeah. Then we get an Adam Bomb squash, which I feel like we've had, 60 of these since we've started this show. And I don't think any of them are different than the other outside of a Nerf football getting thrown into the crowd.
That was awesome. Nope.
Yeah.
That was
yeah, it's just like when we first started watching this, right? Adam Bomb probably came in like a month or two after we started, something like that, and it was cool. It was like in that era, right? You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you got Hogan still. You see this Adam Bomb guy, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now, you got some of these like younger guys coming in, newer guys, and Adam Bomb's just like fell by the wayside.
He just hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's never done a promo. He's been there for like 3 years. I don't think I've ever heard him do a real promo. No feuds. So I don't know. It's no title shots. I don't even think he's had a title shot. Very weird run for him of a character that like I think a lot of people our age were like, oh, he was so cool, but
he is hindsight, so cool. Well, he is so cool. It's just he's not showing up.
Right. Like I think when he's Wrath, like he's awesome. I think he's like steamrolls people. They booked him right. If he could have had at least 6 months of that in the WWF, I think it could have done a lot for him, but it just wasn't in the cards, I guess.
Yep.
Then we get a Hakushi squash, which was awesome because first the jobber he's facing, his tights are ridiculous. Like we rewound the clock here and his tights are just insane. Then he gets like a bag or some kind of I remember this like as a kid as well. He pulls this mannequin head of Bret Hart out, and it's just I don't know how we got to that level of violence where I guess Bret coming out shitting on Lawler at the commentary table. I guess Lawler put a hit on him, and Hakushi's kind of showing him what the Yakuza can do by pulling his head out. I didn't know we got to that level.
It's crazy,
but it's a crazy visual, right?
Yeah.
And he did this. Like he wrestled Undertaker in Michinoku Pro in like '96, and he did the same thing. He pulled out the Undertaker head.
So it must be his gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just weird because
eat your heart out.
Yeah, it must just be weird because like we haven't heard Hakushi for a while that he's been part of this feud.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the last couple of weeks, he has not been involved in this feud, and all of a sudden, right now, he's back in it.
And does and makes a major move. And it's like this, like you don't see people pulling heads out. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. It just seems it's weird, right? So like Lawler's the main focus of the feud. Lawler's the one that's going to pick a match. Lawler's the one that's like it's not a blood feud because they don't do blood, but it's that kind of level of a feud. It's that feud is 3 years in running now. So. For Hakushi to go this length is kind of weird because now it just feels like that's the feud. But as we see, like in our next show, it's really not. But they go back and forth.
Yeah, it was definitely weird that came that he did that. It's just very weird. But I didn't know about him having it in the other thing. So again, must be just like his gimmick thing.
Right.
It was definitely cool and different and added to it. But it's just like weird because he hasn't been really involved in this Lawler feud and now back in. I guess they're just trying to bring him back in with this. But fine what it is. We get Alundra Blaze coming out for an interview. King just talks bad about her. Vince is terrible at interviews.
Oh man.
Part of it is that Bertha Faye is so lame.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I guess Bertha Faye has a girlfriend. Like that's the big link for this match. Like it's just the women's division is so bad at this time. Very disappointing. And that's basically it. They said that Blaze. Let's say that Blaze broke her nose. So that's kind of it. Like, hey, we got a broken nose from happened from Bertha Faye, and that Bertha Faye is now dating Harvey Whippleman. That I don't know anyone cared about, but it seems to be the reason for the feud. So maybe Blaze had her eyes on Harvey, I guess, maybe, but that seems to be where our feud is at right now. And then we got Men on the Mission tag team match. I didn't even know they were a tag team still. So kind of random. They really tuck up Mabel the entire match. Like they barely even mentioned Mo, but interesting. I thought they were done as a tag team, but they are
same.
At least this might be the last one, but we've said that before a couple of times. So I would have thought Adam Bomb was done. But I guess it is. So fine enough match. They really talk about Mabel, so it seems like they're starting to get that push really going.
And then we're on to our main event with the Undertaker versus Jeff Jarrett. Was this? I didn't put this in my notes. Was this a King of the Ring qualifier match?
This is.
Okay.
This is.
That's what I thought, for them two to be facing each other this close. I thought that like on paper, this is not a match I would expect anything out of. Like I wasn't like excited for it, other than the fact that it's two like kind of bigger characters. But I thought early on, like Jarrett especially bumped really good for Taker. Like he's bumping all around. Then the Taker's so much bigger than Jarrett, so having roadies like the X Factor to interfere really helped to give Jarrett the advantage. And then Jarrett's on offense for a while, and it causes like Paul Bearer gets like so pissed that Jarrett and Roddy like double teaming that he takes off his jacket.
It's so funny. Yep.
Like he's just going off. He's so animated. You never see him like that. Like just seeing him without the overcoat was crazy. Like I just didn't that visual.
It's new for him.
Right. He looked like Dennis Franz. Do you remember who that was from like NYPD Blue maybe or one of them?
A little bit. Yep.
So then Jarrett like celebrates early, like starts showing off like that, thinks he has it in the bag, I guess.
Which is always terrible.
Right. And it's a good heel move to do.
It is, but it never works. It's like it always backfires.
That's Jarrett's whole career, right? Is he plays the hokey, he plays to the top row, like he plays wrestler, I think. So he does that. Taker sits up and goes to work. 2 choke slams and a tombstone for the win. I thought it was a pretty solid match. It wasn't, this great, back and forth match or anything, but considering like my low expectations for it, I thought like they used the involvement of Roddy and Paul Bearer really well. So I felt like it worked. Yeah, it worked pretty good for what it was.
I actually thought it was a really good match for what it was, a Memphis style match. I thought, good use of the roadie, good use of Bear. Like first time we've really seen him get involved, I think. Maybe like Harvey a little bit. He was involved, but usually he's not like out there wrestling, right? And we start seeing, we see why he shouldn't be wrestling.
Right.
But, this is really one of the first times we see him kind of getting into the action more, I think, that I can remember. Feels like he's usually just sort of in the earn, and now he's kind of getting involved in these matches, which we'll see a little more over the next, year with Taker. I wrote in my notes, it's like, I don't understand the seeding for this tournament. Like Double J is your Intercontinental Champion.
Right.
He's going to fight Taker, who's got to be like the 1 seed, right? Going in.
Yet
the roadie gets Doink. Like,
exactly.
So it like the seeding's very weird. it's a marquee match buried at the end of a Raw. So this is the last of 3 tapings. This is like 3.5 hours at least into this.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, like, it's a good ending match, but it's just like you could tell the crowd's not that into it. You can tell there's spots missing. You can tell probably the guys have both fought or been in interviews. Like, it's been a long night. So interesting, like this type of massive, like Taker, I guess he could have won the Intercontinental Champion, but like this might have been for the belt. Like, could have been for the belt, right? Like, it just feels like, man, a massive marquee match just to be like random King of the Ring match. Really weird. And the fact that you get a clean win from Taker, like, I don't remember. My notes have clean win. Maybe there was something I missed, but it's a pretty clean win.
Yeah, it also, well, like you said, I just don't get that matchup because that's why I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, is this King of the Ring qualifier? Because everyone else has kind of been like the obvious winner kind of match. So you automatically take star power off of the card, taking Jarrett off of King of the Ring.
Yeah,
so.
and we'll talk about that a lot for King of the Ring, but the lack of star power intermixed at King of the Ring is just crazy. It makes no sense that they would take that much off the card to begin with. So really weird structure.
Are you saying that King of the Ring could be a bad show?
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's a great show, but if they added a couple more people, it could have been, the all-time great.
All-time. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yes. So anything else on Raw that we missed?
No, I think it was a solid show. I mean, I think they took what they had in the marquee match and kind of, made it work the through line. I think, Alundra Blaze getting her back in the mix was smart, even though she's not. The presentation wasn't the best, but at least getting her back out there is good. So a decent enough Raw, nothing terrible.
Yep. And then we got, we'll move on to Superstars. So this is June 6th, June 3rd.
Yep.
And then we are back on May 16th. So the 2 days after In Your House. So a little stale, but kind of ending off this thing. We get the Allied Powers out first. Team that's just going nowhere. We do get the torture rack from I don't actually know what it's called. If it has a name.
Yeah, the torture rack.
Is it? I don't know if it's called that though. I actually don't know. Obviously WCW everyone's used to that, but we get with a victory from the Allied Powers. Kind of nothing match. They're trying to build them up like they're going to be a great team against Yoko and
Owen Hart
and Owen, but it's fine.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why. Like this feels like almost like they're punishing Luger for him to be in this team for this long without like they're not in a defined angle or anything like that. Like, I mean, you're talking like Luger is. I mean,
he's supposed to be the next Hulk Hogan,
right? Like that's what you propped him up as. So that would be like putting Diesel in this role right now.
Yeah.
Because that's what you had in mind for him, right?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I never liked this team.
And two, like they're not. I don't think either are King of the Ring. So it's like we talked about star power. Like neither of them are going to be King of the Ring. So like within one thing, we've talked about Double J, Luger, Davey Boy Smith, all missing from a King.
Yeah, all big time players too. Like you're gonna have Comet in the tournament. You're gonna have Savio Vega in the tournament, but you're not gonna have Luger and I don't know, Jarrett. It's kind of weird.
Yep, it's very weird.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you can move on to next.
Okay, so next we get a segment that this is. I'm pretty sure this was on like one of those Coliseum tapes too, like the segment alone. Maybe leading into the match. I remember this pretty vivid too. You get Lawler sitting on a throne with his dirty ass feet. This kind of stuff skeeves me out. Like so it's so gross. I know it's like all fake and like done up for the skit, but it was still gross. I look at this stuff like so like you got a guy you need to be like over the top. You need him to be cheesy to sell this. Like you can't just be like serious. Lawler's such a great like character actor. Like he gets this stuff over. Like you can give him anything. You can tell him to be chicken shit. You can tell him to be like evil. Kind of like evil boss kind of character. You can
Yep.
tell him to sell this kind of thing, and he does it perfectly, right? So he's like basically saying that he hasn't washed his feet in a few days, letting the stuff build up, and announces that his match versus Bret is going to be a kiss my foot match. So pretty, I don't know, I wouldn't say like legendary match, but pretty well known match from this era. We're going to get Bret versus Lawler. The loser has to kiss the foot. So Bret kind of responds, and he's not really amused to it. He's just kind of not showing too much emotion, but just like, all right, this is really what you're going to go with. But I thought Lawler was really great here, is selling the, like, really diving into it.
Yeah.
And making it so like that he's the well-defined heel in this. So
yeah, and it looks gross too, like this orange stuff on his feet. They really do it well. Yep, they do it well. You want to get the next match? You want to get the match then?
Yep. So then we get the debut of Skip and Sonny. I know we've been waiting for this for a while, and mainly the manager's end, but where this is I don't know how to explain it. This, like, I don't know how long they run as just these two. I know towards maybe the end of the year, early '96, maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because Pritchard's in Survivor Series, but yeah, it's I want to see how this like plays out as far as like Sonny getting a voice, because right now she's like the flamboyant, like obviously good to look at manager, stands out even amongst like Lunja Blaze and the women's wrestlers. She's the valet, so like she's not presented as a wrestler. She's presented as more of a mouthpiece, more of a, I don't know, talking point, I guess you can say.
Yep.
But so they come out, and the Jobbers tights in this match are insane as well. So I don't know if
he looks crazed.
Yeah, like this one was something else. Skip's doing jumping jacks to start, so they're really playing on like the. They're a little late on this trend of the what's her name from Greece? I forget her name. The girl from Greece that does like the aerobic stuff and everything like that.
Susan. That's Susan St. James.
No. It's like that. It's like something. Yeah. I forget her name. So they're playing
Susan Summers. Is that even?
Yeah. No, not. That's what.
Now we're embarrassing ourselves. Yeah.
No. Yeah. But they're playing off of like the the whole aerobics era, like the late 80s kind of thing of like the workout and everything like that. It's Olivia Newton-John is who I was thinking of.
All right.
So they're kind of playing off of that, like, workout infomercial type of people, like Richard Simmons earlier in the 90s. But I don't know if that's really a thing still in 95, like to this level. Maybe it is, but it's just kind of weird. So anyways, the character is great, I think. Like he's doing jumping jacks. He's working out in the ring. He does like a wild dive to the outside onto him, like over the top rope into push-ups, which is a good move. And then he wins with like a top rope Frankensteiner, and then does push-ups as he's pinning him. So pretty cool, like gimmick, I guess you could say. They're bought in. I think it's well defined that they're kind of snobbish, like workout freaks. Everybody else is fat and lazy. So pretty cool, pretty good debut, I would say.
Yep, I agree. Yep, and definitely put it over as like he's joking around during the match, not taking it seriously, which we'll kind of see plays into it. So good foreshadowing there that I liked. And Sonny looks good. Let's see how long you talk about how long they've been in the team. Let's see how long that shows up as well when it turns.
Yeah, go ahead and look up her mugshot.
It's just a disappointment. They show the brackets for King of the Ring, so they really talk about how the brackets really coming together. And then we get our big match. Oh, thanks for letting me have this. No, they talk about the Bulldog and Rowan. Bulldog and Owen is next week on Raw. So that'll be the last qualifying match. And then before that, we get Doink and the Roadie. This match is dominated by Doink. He's so good. He's so good in this match of just domination. So it makes I don't know what. Again, this is like weird booking of like you're trying to elevate the Roadie, but then he's literally owning. Doink, or getting owned by Doink. Sorry, getting owned by Doink the entire match. Like it's not just like partial. It's Roadie gets no offense in, and even at the end, Doink's going up for the whoopee cushion. The crowd knows it's over, And of course, it like ends in a Dink and Double J thing. So Double J starts chasing Dink. Of course, then Doink gets distracted and gets the easy roll up. Just silly. I did put a note. Someone said King Doink, which kind of sounds funny to me. Doink is still kind of over again, but like just again, why waste this spot on him? I'm fine with some of the stuff he does, right? Because it gets the crowd into it. It's a change of pace, right? But like he doesn't need to be in the King of the Ring qualifying. And if you're trying to build up Rhodey, this feels like a waste of a spot. So fine enough. But again, it just doesn't feel like it's needed here.
Yeah, I don't know why Doink's even in the King of the Ring to begin with. Like the qualifying, like you could tell he's not long for this world. You can see the influx of guys they're bringing in. He doesn't fit anymore. It just feels weird to have him here. So from there we get a Waylon Mercy vignette. So that's pretty awesome. I know he's a very short-lived character, but a very influential one. It's Dan Spivey in the character, so that's going to be pretty cool. We get a Bob Holly squash, so nothing really there.
Which is crazy on Waylon Mercy. Sorry, on Waylon Mercy. Like we've talked about this a couple times. Like some of these guys that are in here for just such a short time, but we all remember them, right?
Right.
We talked about Jean-Pierre Lafitte and some of these other guys, like just on such a short time. Like he's got to be like here he is, like June 3rd, and he'll be gone by October, I think.
And it's crazy that like everyone, it's not just like our specific age. I think even people like a little older than us, a little younger than us, they know these guys. I wonder if it's because like the Monday Night Wars are so close to starting, and people have like studied this era. I don't know. Yeah,
I think just some of it was like it was just like you just threw superstars kind of on, right? And that was kind of it. That's all you watched a little bit in the background,
right?
And it wasn't much watch TV, and then it was just like you were flipping back and forth for the angles. It was just kind of like on, and you saw these people. I think that was some of it, right? Whereas like Monday Night Wars, like I mean, how much is going to happen on the superstars? Like 2 things.
That's fair.
But Nitro by 97, it's like 20 things happen. And trying to like memory bank remember everything is just impossible, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's some of it.
That's fair. Yeah, because sometimes less is more. You're right.
Yeah.
As far as what you remember, right? Yeah, because if you tell me, like you said, like January 13th, 1997 episode of Nitro, you might remember the big angle if Hogan did something, but you're not going to remember the great Rey Mysterio match or something like that.
Because there's just 100 things happening. Your just mind can't do it. So.
Yep, that makes sense. We got a Bob Holly squash.
I put the same thing. Bob Holly, nothing match.
Right.
Great notes.
There's nothing. Yeah, there was really nothing to write. Then we get this is kind of a payback for what you had to deal with Doink. This is Bertha Faye and Harvey with Doc Hendricks. So, of those 3 names, Harvey Whippleman's probably the best one to listen to in the group, and that's saying a lot because he's not the best either. This sucks. Doc Hendricks sucks the most. He's terrible. But then Bertha is terrible on the mic. So like,
she's got a weird accent too. Which I didn't know.
She's almost playing like a Roseanne character. Like
probably.
It kind of reminds me like she's just like sloppy, but she's supposed to be like getting the ire of people. I don't know. Like so, Harvey Whippleman's supposed to be fawning over her. She's obviously presented as like the unattractive, not diva yet, women's wrestler. Yep. So.
Making fun of fat people.
Exactly.
Type thing. Yep.
Yeah. So it's starting the romance here. They're obviously going to pick on Harvey Whippleman, but Doc is just so annoying in this too. Like he is not meant for these like in-ring interviews. He's just so terrible. So this starts the storyline of the little love angle between these two. So we'll get to see this for a little while. I guess see how it goes. Hopefully we at least get some decent comedy out of it or something, but my hopes aren't too high for this one.
Yep. No, it's terrible. It was terrible. I'm trying to think if there's anything. The only thing they brought up is that they talk about how they're made couple and they took out Blaze, right? But Blaze was just there, so it's like they didn't really take her out.
They didn't do a great job.
No, they did a great job. We get Rad Radford, just a tear. I see, like Rad Radford is a person probably I don't think people remember. I think Mercy and some of these other guys, but like Rad Radford, he's terrible.
Yeah, not
the grunge hour is over, and yet they're still trying to present this as something new. And then we get Taker in a squash match. The body bag after They say he's going back to his roots, which is kind of weird. And then Vince kind of talks about how he's got to beat Mabel and Kama to win King of the Ring. So he's like, does he even have a body bag? I like that setting up of like, hey, Taker's going to take out the way the bracket is. Taker's going to have a rough thing. So I kind of like that. And then we get one last King of the Ring report with the Toddster. He keeps calling himself the Toddster. He's really on top of it, the Toddster. He just talks about how, King of the Ring is basically set. The big Bam Bam Diesel match for Sid could be in jeopardy with Diesel's injury. But they're going to say more of that come. Again, maybe, I don't know if they maybe knew about that, so that's why they set up the tag team match, or that was always the plan all along. So fine. I think we talked about it last week. I think it would have been better to do more of like a 4-on-4, like a Survivor Series style match than, we talked about it. Tatanka alone feels like not main event. Bam Bam, I know he was just in the main event at WrestleMania, but like him and Diesel just don't get along. I think they should have done like a Survivor Series style. Throw Luger in there, right? He's been feuding with Tatanka.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Throw IRS in there, or Kama, like just to give it a little bit more of like stakes than this kind of lame tag match, because Sid just doesn't feel right with the corporation. It doesn't feel weird like Tatanka, the Native American. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, they don't mesh well together.
They don't mesh well at all. Anything else, or on to awards?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Most new gen outfits.
I'm gonna have to go with Skip and Sonny on this one. Give them something.
Right. It was that jobber that who was it?
Yeah, I didn't have his name, but no, you know what? There was a jobber name. His name was Scott Taylor. I don't know if it was that match.
That wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't the Scott Taylor, but it was a different.
No,
one.
it was a different Scott Taylor.
Yeah.
It was a crazy outfit. It was all white. It was amazing.
Yeah.
We'll go with him. Most new gen performer.
I'm gonna go with Lawler, the Throne, kind of selling the Kiss My Foot match.
King's Feet. I'm gonna go Skip and Sonny's really good. Yeah, I'll go Skip and Sonny. I think like that is very new gen. There, worst match or segments.
A
few things.
Yeah, there's a few things here. So
all short.
Yeah, that's the good thing is that that Bertha Faye stuff was pretty bad. So was the Alundra one. I'll go with the Bertha Faye one, just because Doc Hendricks was there.
I'm gonna say him. Yeah, Doc was the same, and no offense, Alundra's a little better to look at than that was brutal. Doc Hendricks was terrible. He might win the most of the most disappointing. He's up there. I need to put it together some analytics for this stuff. I'm tracking all these. I got them all.
Right.
Doc Hendricks is going to win. And I'll tell him to his face if I see him. Like he won the most.
Right.
Worst segments. Best match or segments.
So I really like the Hakushi, like the moment, but the match, the Undertaker versus Jarrett match was actually really solid and kind of exceeded my expectations, so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah,
I'll go Taker versus Double J. It's a really good for especially a Raw match. Again, they were going for again, weird to have like a Memphis style match with Taker, but they were going for that. They kind of delivered on all those things, so it was good. I like Paul Bear in it. Anyone stock up?
Well, that's where I'll put Hakushi, because now he's kind of back into the feud and got a little bit of a spotlight on him, so I'll go there with him.
I'm gonna look real quick. I kind of want to go. I don't want to go roadie. Just look at him. I'll just go Taker. He was on here twice, which is rare for him. Like we've talked about a guy that's been disappointing to not be on enough TV, and here he is twice at a TV taping. So I like that. Right? We kind of talked about that. Like he's not in enough things, and here he shows up a bunch. So I like that. Anyone stock down?
I guess I'll go with, especially because they're not on the card, I'll go with the Allied Powers, since
they're brutal.
They're not doing anything like of note, and they're not on King of the Ring for two, should be main event level or at least high mid card guys. So.
Yep. I kind of go similar, but I'm just gonna go Luger. He's done. He's washed. This was supposed to be the guy a year ago that was supposed to be the new Hulk Hogan, and the downfall has been drastic.
Well, and I want people to know, like, if they're not in the era, when you say like the new Hulk Hogan, it's not just like a big wrestler that wrestles in the main event. Like they wanted him to be the face of the company. Like
Oh yeah.
They changed his tights to the All American. Like they invested all that into him. Yeah, just a huge flop. So I agree with you.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for listening, rating, review. We'll be back in 2 weeks to keep moving the final to this great pay-per-view of King of the Ring 1985. Thanks, everyone, for listening, rating, review. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.